Compound interest. Use the compound interest formula A equals P times 1 plus R to the T and the given information to solve for R. Here I'm given values for A, P, and T, and I want to find R in the compound interest formula. My first step is to substitute the values that are given to me into the formula. So I have 2600 equals 2000 times 1 plus R to the 5th power. First, you'll divide both sides by 2000. When we do that, we get 1.3 equals 1 plus R to the 5th power. Now I want to get rid of the 5 in the exponent position. So I'm going to raise both sides by the reciprocal of 5. The reciprocal of 5 is just that number flipped. So 5 is really 5 over 1. If I flip it, I get 1 over 5. So the reciprocal is 1/5. I'm going to raise both sides to the 1/5 power. When I do that on the right side, I apply my rule of exponents called the power rule, which says I multiply the two powers together. 5 times 1/5 is just 1, so that means that the exponent goes away. And on the right side, we're just left with the 1 plus R. Now on the left side, I have to compute 1.3 to the 1/5 power. You'll need to do this on your calculator. In order to do that, just type in 1.3, then type in the exponent button, and then type in 1/5. Now make sure on your calculator that you encompass 1/5 within parentheses. So you have to tell your calculator that the exponent is 1/5. So you'll do parentheses 1, division symbol, 5, and then end parentheses. That will tell your calculator that you're just not raising it to the first power, you're raising it to the 1/5 power. So when you do 1.3 to the 1/5 power, you get 1.053873952. Next, you'll subtract 1 on both sides, and we get 0.053873951. That equals R. R is an interest rate, and this should be given as a percent. So you'll multiply that decimal by 100, or you can move the decimal 2 places to the right. When you do that, you get 5.3873951. And R is our interest rate, and we want to round to the nearest hundredth. This means 2 decimal places. So when we round to 2 decimal places, we'll look at the 3rd decimal place, which is a 7. And since 7 is greater than 5, that tells me to round that 8 up to a 9. So R is 5.39%. And this is our final answer. Use the compound interest formula A equals P times 1 plus R to the T power and the given information to solve for T. First, you want to substitute in the values that are given to you. So we have 42,000 equals 28,000 times 1 plus R, and remember R should be written as a decimal whenever we put it into a formula. So in order to change 8% to a decimal, just divide by 100 and you get 0.08. And that's raised to the T power. And we want to solve for T. First, you'll do the operation within parentheses. So 1 plus 0.08 is 1.08. Next, we want to get the 1.08 to the t power by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 28,000. 42,000 divided by 28,000 is 1.5. So 1.5 equals 1.08 to the t power. Now notice that my letter, or t, is in the exponent position. I want to get t out of the exponent position, so I have to apply logs to both sides. So I'm going to take the log of 1.5, and I'm going to take the log of 1.08t. Next, you'll apply the rule for logs, and you'll take the exponent t and put it in front of the log. So we have log of 1.5 equals t times the log of 1.08. Next, I want to get the t by itself, so I'll divide both sides by the log of 1.08. When we do that, the logs cancel on the right side, and I'm just left with t. We can take the log of 1.5, which is 0.1760912,591, and then the log of 1.08 is 0.0334237,555. Then when we divide those two decimal values, we get 5.268446243. And t is the number of years, so we're going to round to the nearest whole number. So t equals 5 years. And that's our final answer.